Good day, everyone. How are you doing? I hope you're doing fine. Today, we want to continue from where we stopped, with our class. The last time we talked about the compound interest and simple and compound interest. The rest. So, without wasting our time, let's talk about instrumental buying. Oh, we talked about instrumental buying. Discounts as well as a commission in our previous classes. But just a quick recap on that. Instrumental buying, which is also known as hire purchase. That is, instead of buying goods or service or what in cash, you can pay some amounts, then you pay the remaining balance in instrumental. So over a period of time, that is instrumental buying or hire purchase. So the in that case, which means well, after the deposit, then you borrow the balance and you pay back with the balance, the balance with some interest. So that's a higher purchase, and then the amount borrowed, that's is equal to the cash price, then minus the deposit, then the amount saved by the paying in cash. So is that's the installment price and minus cash price, which means if you pay in cash, then you tend to save better than when you buy instrumental. So because for instrumental buying, you have to pay some interest. Then the balance now, that's the higher purchase minus the deposit. That is, if you have make a deposit and you want to pay the rest, so the higher purchase higher purchase price minus deposit, that's the balance. So we are going to look at some example in that regard without wasting our time. Let's look at the example here. A television set that can be bought for at a cash price of 25,000 naira on higher purchase for a deposit of 15% and a 12 monthly installment of 2,200. We have to calculate the deposit to be paid, the installment price, then the amount borrowed and the amount that can be saved by paying in cash. If the person decided not to buy in what instrumentally, how much will that person save? Now let's go into it. Now the first one is the deposit. So we have to, so the cash price, the actual price of the television set is 25,000, and the person is depositing 15%. So find 15% of 25,000. That give us 3,750 naira. So that is the deposit. Then the person will be paying 2,200 over 12 months. So let's calculate how much that will be. That is 12 times the 2,200 give us 26,400. So now the installment price, now that will now be deposit plus installments, which is 3,750 plus 26,400. That gives amount to 30,150. Now the actual price of the television set is 25,000. So the person end up paying 30,150 naira because he's buying an instrumentally. So then amount borrow now, which means 25,000 minus 3,750. This is 21,250. And he borrow that and use it what? Now the amount saved now. If the person decided not to buy instrumentally, so the person will have saved 5,150 naira. So you can see it is better to buy in cash, buy cash if you have your cash at hand rather than buy instrumentally. Now let's talk about, okay, again we have another example. A man bought a television set on our purchase for 250,000, out of which he paid 10,000 naira. So how much, so, and is allowed to pay balance over 8 installments. So we have to find the value of each installment. Now the balance, now the higher purchase, so that's a 25,000 minus 10,000, and that's a 15,000. So that is the balance you need to pay now after the deposit. So now that's how much you need to pay. So that's the deposit. That is very simple there. So that is that. Then we can lay our hands on these exercises. So that on installment buying. So a radio costs these amounts. 5,400 with 12%, 12.5% discount for cash. So we have to find the cash price. Then a packet of tissue sold at 140 naira each, or for 440 naira, 4 for 140 naira. So we find the word, say how much will the person sit. So if the person buy or in what at in bulk, so to say, buying in bulk. So video player cash price is 34,000, or deposit 4,000, and plus the 12 installment of the 2,750. To find how much the person borrow. So estate agent gets, that's a 2% commission on housing who on house sold for 5,090,000. Find the what the commission. Electricity personnel 14 kobo per naira commission. So fine is pay on sales of sales are worth 120,000 naira. And for this number 5, say 14 kobo per naira, which they don't give us the percentage, but remember that 100 kobo make a naira, so that 14 kobo is equivalent to 14%. So lay your hand on it and let's see what you get. So you can drop your answer at the comment section. Thank you.